Good critic, bad critic, and it's another episode, and we are back. Today we are going to review the what I found out is a cult classic, and what is it, Captain Quintano?
It is The Game, starring Michael Douglas.
I am the game.
I am.
Sorry, I had to channel Triple H there for a second.
Triple
I am the game.
I said that. I said that last week, and no one reacted. I was like, "Oh, okay." Shoot myself in the foot there. But yes, we are
I
watching
must
the
have
game.
missed it. I must have missed it. But yeah, we watched the game from 1997. This is Captain Quintana's pick for the week. Directed by David Fincher. A very good director, by the way. David Fincher. He's up there, man.
He's got some bangers.
Right.
Let's just read. Hold on. I sorry for stopping this so early, but
no, you're good, man.
Because I haven't seen every one of his, obviously, since I never saw.
He did Eraserhead, Mulholland Drive.
I actually was. I was with Craig on because I got a message from Craig and it said like I thought I had seen this film before, but I guess I haven't, and I felt the exact same way.
I saw the ending. I knew the ending.
That's such a shame.
The whole time. So that whole suspense.
I knew the ending too. Yeah.
Yeah, but it didn't.
Oh, you both did? That fucking sucks.
Yeah,
the whole time it was like there's a bit of who is it? What is it? Yeah. Who? It's a bit of a Cluedo.
I knew I knew the ending, but I didn't know how it got there. But David Fincher, Alien 3, 7.
Oh God, yeah,
The Game, Fight Club. I fucking love Fight Club. Panic Room, Zodiac, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, The Social Network, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, Gone Girl, Mank, and The Killer. That's his entire thing. I really want to see the Mank and The Killer. I haven't seen those two, and I remember being like, I want to watch these.
I've seen The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I've got to. If anyone caught what I just said before, I said Mulholland Drive. I was thinking David Lynch.
The Killer is with Fassbender.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. No, some absolutely banger films that he's put out there.
So, directed by David Fincher, written by John Brancato and Michael Ferris. I think I've seen Michael Ferris's name on a few things that we've reviewed so far. So, cinematography by Harris Savides, edited by James Haygood, music by Howard Shore. Anybody want to?
Howard Shore.
Tell us where he's from.
Best films ever.
Best films ever. Michael Douglas, Sean Penn, James Rebhorn, Deborah Kara Unger, Peter Donat, Carol Baker. I'm butchering these names yet again. It's probably the most fun part at this point. And Armin Mueller-Stahl. It's distributed by Polygram Films. Release date was September 12th, 1997. The running time was 128 minutes. And yes, from the magical time known as the 1990s. The budget was $70 million, and the box office return was $109.4 million. So not really a hit, but
it wasn't disappointing, but like not. It wasn't a travesty. It wasn't a bomb.
Right. Could have been, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Captain Quintano, would you like to read us a kind of quick summary of what this film is about here?
Let's do it, man. Today we are diving into The Game, the mind-bending psychological thriller released in 1997, directed by David Fincher. As King Boomer already stated, the film stars Michael Douglas as Nicholas Van Archon, a wealthy, emotional, isolated investment banker in San Francisco. On his 48th birthday, his estranged younger brother, Conrad, played by Sean Penn, gives him a bizarre gift, a voucher for a personalized, real-life game that quickly entangles Nicholas in a dangerous and surreal experience. That's what I got. You pretty much did everything else.
Yeah, right. That's essentially what the plot is of this film.
Better than what I would have said, honestly.
Thank ChatGPT. Nothing's original, brother.
Okay.
You could have taken credit for that.
Nah, not a shot in hell.
Yeah. No, that is basically the crux of this. I don't even know what to call it. It's a sort of It's a psychological
mind bending,
Psychological
mind
thriller, I
bending,
would say.
psychological thriller.
It's a psychological
Suspense.
thriller, sort of suspense, but sort
The
of
music was very eerie at
heartwarming.
times.
It was.
Well,
Howard
yeah,
Shore knows what he's
by
doing.
design. By
Yes,
design.
he does.
So this is Captain Quintano's pick. I'm very curious as to how we viewed, especially me and Craig viewed this. Well, maybe we should like go through the movie a little bit first.
Yeah, I think we should do
Switch it
reviews.
around.
Save the reviews for the end on this one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
I think what everyone says might actually sway.
I actually
Might
thought
take
this
an-
movie.
we tend to do that. We tend
Yeah.
to do that. We'll have a review, and then one or two of us at the end will like, actually, do you know what? After all the arguments put to us, yeah, maybe this or
Yeah.
that. So
this film. Wow. Okay, so this movie, I thought I had seen it before, or at least seen like scenes of it. I do remember the ending a little bit, but take that out, I didn't remember any of it. So it was kind of like watching a whole movie where I knew what the ending was kind of going to be, but everything else was just fresh, and I didn't know what was going on. And I'm trying to figure it out and stuff. I actually thought that this film was like very artsy at times, and it looked very good, especially for a film from the 1990s. But that's David Fincher for you. He knows how to make a movie look good. The first hour of the movie I thought was the best, its strongest point.
Fair.
The first
Before
hour
shit gets crazy.
Yeah, but the first hour I was completely hooked. Completely hooked. I was like, well, what's going to happen next? I don't know. I particularly like the way it was set up. I also, there's a part of me, a very sadistic part of me, by the way, but there's a part of me that thinks this movie was kind of a comedy. And it's probably because of my fucked up sense of humor. But there was multiple times throughout this movie where I was probably dying laughing. And I actually recorded this as a film reaction, so
all right.
That there's
you did
several parts of this where I just started busting out laughing because I couldn't control myself anymore.
That's
interesting.
Going to be interesting to see where you burst out laughing.
Yeah,
I'll be watching. That'll be a good psychological tell for anyone psychologically trying to break you down.
Some of it's just stupid stuff, like the beginning scene with Sean Penn when they're having a dinner and he lights a cigarette and
Conrad,
says,
you can't smoke in here. Why not? Because it's against the law to smoke indoors in California.
Fuck
California.
Yeah,
that is exactly what I expected you to say.
That, bro.
Yeah. Look, dude. Because I was like, wow, that I probably said that yesterday.
Ladies and gentlemen, we bring you Florida.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Florida's different. Florida's different. We get made fun of by the other 49, so it's us against the rest of the nation.
Yeah, it's 3,000 miles and a million miles away.
Yeah, but that too, like Michael Douglas was making me laugh too, just with how miserable his character was, especially in the beginning. I was. There's a part in there where I think the secretary or something says like, "Would you like me to call this person back?" And he doesn't even answer her. It's the other main secretary that says, "No, we'll let you know when we need you." And as soon as she walks out, he's like,
"I don't like her.
I don't like her." Yeah. Michael Douglas is dude. I have never been like a super fan of Michael Douglas, but I do like him, and it's probably because he can never play a just truly heroic character. He's always gonna have something like wrong. Even if he does play a hero in a movie, he's gonna have something wrong with them, or he's gonna be just like this
fundamentally flawed.
Yes, he's always going to be this flawed American actor, and it's I love it. I absolutely.
And he's married to he's like the most gorgeous Welsh woman that ever lived.
Is he really?
Yeah, Catherine Zeta-Jones. Yeah,
she's Welsh.
Yeah, she's well.
Oh no,
Kathleen
bro! She's had
Zeta-Jones?
so much work done.
There is no way that she is just strictly Welsh. She's probably half Welsh, half Latino or something.
She's Welsh. She's
She's
classified as
from
Welsh.
She's from the United Kingdom,
Swansea.
Swansea. Yeah.
Swansea. Yeah, it's like the second biggest city in Wales, except for Cardiff, which is the capital.
She's Welsh and Irish.
That's
So she's
insane.
so she's.
portrayed several
I thought she
Hispanic
was
characters.
fucking Latina the whole time. My mind's blown.
Jones is like Jones. David is the first name, and Jones.
She must have hit the lottery with that skin over there. That olive skin. Oh. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, no, Catherine Zick, yeah. Apparently he got throat cancer from like oral sex. He was doing it too much. I'm pretty sure that's actually what was reported.
How can you get cancer from oral sex?
Doing it too much, according to him.
That is... Wait, what?
Dude,
Did I do that? Right?
I am not saying things to look stupid. I am saying things because I think they're factual.
We are already way off
Whoa!
this movie.
Whoa!
We're now on to
You
blowjobs
cannot
and
just make a
cancer.
claim like that, and we can't go into...
Quentin,
Hold on.
you're the fastest timer. Michael Douglas throat cancer claims. Just you two are way faster typer than me.
Can you get throat cancer from oral sex?
No.
While
Michael
oral
Douglas
sex
publicly
itself
stated
doesn't-
that his throat
Right.
cancer may have been caused by oral sex and then associated human papillomavirus virus. He initially
HPV.
claimed it was a sexually transmitted disease that caused the
HPV.
cancer. Later, he clarified that he was not solely blaming HPV, acknowledged that he was also a smoker and a drinker. He literally said, public statement in a 2013 interview with Guardians, Douglas stated that his throat cancer, which he had been battling for 3 years, could have been caused by HPV, by oral sex. That's fucking, what a fucking moron.
Sorry, what were you saying, Brian?
It's mindset, because my question was, can you get throat cancer from oral sex? And the AI says...
No.
Well,
my statement was that he said he got it from that, and that is what he said.
That is true.
Okay.
That's what he said.
Well, oral sex itself doesn't
Good.
directly...
Do you know what? Good on him.
While oral sex itself doesn't directly cause throat cancer, it can increase the risk of HPV infection, which is a leading cause of throat cancer. So if you get an infection and just leave it alone, it'll become cancer.
So you can get cancer from giving oral sex.
First, you have to get an infection, then you have to leave it alone for a while, and then it'll turn into cancer, I guess.
You learn a fun fact every day, ladies and gentlemen.
Here's what we learned: stay away from Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Good Lord.
Cancer.
That's a hard sell to men.
Yeah, that's the risk ain't worth the reward.
I mean, I don't know what she looks like now, but I'm sure she looks good.
So starting off in this movie, Brian, you like the first hour of it?
Yeah, the first hour was I was hooked. The first hour I thought was very interesting and compelling. The second hour, not so much. The second hour, it's not that it was like terrible. I don't think it was terrible. I just think the second half, like with the way they set things up, it was just lacking punch. You know what I mean? It was. Yeah. You're expecting like really wild stuff to happen, and for me, it was kind of lackluster with the second half.
There was some wild shit, but every wild thing that happened had major plot holes. Major plot holes. Like
what?
Like situations could have gone really wrong. For instance, the taxi cab going off of the fucking cliff into the water. What if Michael Douglas, in his panic, just forgot he had that key on them? And as we see from certain wide shots of David Fincher's directing, there's just like no one around to go in and save him. By the point of it maybe being too late for him, maybe to resuscitate him outside, but like that's a stretch to think, hey, let's almost kill him and like maybe we can revive him. Or let's say he jumps off the wrong side of the building, and at the end of the movie, and there's
that's the one I had a major problem with. Yes,
like,
thank you for
that
mentioning
one's
that.
huge.
Inflatable thing.
going through all that, I might have lingering mental health problems, maybe even still try to kill myself after that, because that was like just stressful. I don't know, man. I get the premise and I know what it's supposed to be and how it's supposed to make you feel, I guess. But like certain things like shooting your own brother, like what the fuck does that do for you? Like that's just like puts you in deep and utter depression.
Yeah, well, I think the whole point was it was supposed to drag him out of his depression, like from like the guy he
I
became
agree.
is because of what happens in his childhood. I think that's what we're sort of pushed to believe
I
from.
guess they did put him on a different bunch of different tests and stuff too, so maybe they could like I don't know, somewhat try
What
to like see how he would react or like what's his limit. I don't really know.
what if he just picked up a gun like just randomly when they haven't got like anyone watching him? He just buys a gun off some bum off the street. He's got like $300. Like, give me a shooter. And then
Or
that's the gun that he uses and actually shoots his brother.
or even worse, what about all the civilians that he's fucking driving around like a maniacal maniac when he's not in the right state of mind? Or let's say he's fleeing from people that are chasing him going at 100 miles an hour down a fucking busy road. Like what?
Yeah. And not only that, half the time he's like this, talking to them. And he's like, and you just see like, sorry, all the scenery, obviously it's like the green screen scenery passing him by. And it's going like 100 miles an hour. And he's just like talking to them like this. There's cars parked either side.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, and then Mexico or wherever the fuck they transported him to. Who's to
where
say
was
he
that?
didn't get mugged and killed?
Where was that supposed to be? Was
I
it
don't
Mexico?
know.
Because that it only makes
He
sense.
got
it
on
was
a
Mexico
bus.
because of then he said San Francisco, so that makes sense.
Well, they're
But some
coming.
of the-
They're in California, so I would imagine like Western Mexico, like the Baja Peninsula,
Yeah.
maybe.
But
It's called Baja California.
is that all right? That's by Baja is right because some of the writing, I was like, is this supposed to be like Arabic? Because it kind of
looked like that.
Middle
and then
Eastern.
a little bit. I kind of got what you were saying there, but I'm not super good with my geography. I don't know, man. I
Are
mean,
you saying you're not aware that the Mexican people are tend to be a little darker?
No, the setting, not the local population.
Oh, okay, got it. Sorry.
No, it was just like some of the writing. I was like, it was like looking at it, because it was like painted, but it was made to look a bit older and a bit disheveled.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't tell exactly what I was trying to say. I was like, is that like sort of Sanskrit, like Arabic writing, or is it? So there was a little while I was like, how the fuck did they get him halfway across the world? Like But then I was like, okay, when he said San Francisco, right, okay, he's in Mexico. And you got all these Mexicans sitting around looking at him, and then just go back in to eating their waffles and eggs or whatever. You eat Denny's south of the border.
Dude, that scene where he walks in the diner and
He's got $18 and
Can I
37
have
cents.
everyone's attention? And everybody slowly turns around. Thank you.
I was kind of hoping that the next scene would have just been him sucking some truck driver's cock and the truck driver saying, 18's not enough.
Oh
That
my
would've been
god.
And then he could have gotten cancer from it.
Dude, you saw him curled up in that Baskin and Robbins truck. You've no idea what happened. It's like
got that
we haven't got any whipped cream. You're gonna have to provide it.
There's that. Guns is the craziest part for me, man. I'll say that before anyone fucking else does. I don't know what they were shooting, but there's no way with how those guns were sounding and how they were actually ricocheting and putting holes through things. Even if those were fake guns or maybe rubber bullets or something, which they weren't because they were going through things that are literally like fucking metal and shit like that. Even if they're just shooting guns on an open street. I'm sorry, but there's no PD. There's no police department or anyone that is okay with you doing that with fucking fully automatic rifles in the middle of crowded areas or streets or neighborhoods.
Especially in that state. Even then.
Yeah. So like there's big problems with this film. I still think it's a very fun film. and it's something entirely different.
It is.
That like no one's ever done before. I mean, leave it to David Fincher, but I don't know. My wife put me on this film when probably like a year after we first started dating. Was like, "You've never seen The Game?" So we watched it, and I still fucking like this movie a lot, man. But it has its problems, like any other movie. That's a fact.
I want to say two things about this film,
Shoot.
which I think I both mentioned. One, I think me and Brian both thought this came out like 2004 or something,
Interesting.
2004, 2005.
No, I knew it was a '90s movie. I just
I
never.
didn't.
Yeah.
The second, the whole time, every 5 minutes, it was going through my brain. This came out the same year as Con Air. I was like, wow.
What is Con Air? Never mind. We'll stay on this movie. I'll look it up after.
It's a Nicolas Cage film. It was like the one after The Rock when he was like the big action hero.
Gotcha.
And I was like, this is such a different film. Obviously, it's a David Fincher, but it's gonna be. But God, yeah. But yeah, like that is one thing I did think about the bullets. It's like, what if like you're not going to tell me that like they are so good at like shooting, they just know exactly where it hits because they know where they are. They don't. Any one of
What
those
if it ricochets?
and hits them.
Or hits someone else? Or what if the dog actually caught his leg and his fucking leg is then mauled by a giant German Shepherd?
Yeah, it's there's a lot left to chance in this scenario. And
what if when he's drugged, he falls and cracks his head open on a fucking table?
And that's it. Yeah, that's it. And he starts bleeding out. Like,
well, the biggest one was definitely jumping off the roof. Like, how do you know he's going to land in the right spot?
I mean,
how do you know it's not going to be windy that day and it's going to drift him somewhere else?
Did no one else spot when he's falling? It's like it's clearly a mannequin because the arms are like that.
I actually didn't notice that. Funny enough.
Didn't notice that.
When he's falling, it just looks wild. Instead of because you normally
here's another option here. What if he jumps? He lands in the spot he's supposed to land in, but he lands on his fucking head.
Yeah, I did think. I actually thought that.
Or goes, head down. What if he's
still going to break his neck?
Yeah.
Still going to break his fucking neck,
Sean,
dude.
Sean Penn just putting his arm around his shoulder and just like dragging him around like Weekend at Bernie's. Just like, hey, look at my brother. Just waving his hand.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was the one that I had a major problem with. Every one I was kind of like willing to like,
even the car?
Yeah, I mean, I thought that the roof jumping one was way more outrageous. The car one, dude, the car one made me laugh.
Why?
Dude, I'm telling you, like, Craig, you got to watch my reaction to it on Patreon. There's parts where, like, I'm laughing and I know that nobody else has laughed at this before. And I'm just like, man, I'm becoming a horrible person because I'm laughing at this shit.
You're hanging around me too much. Right? Do you know what? If it's bad, you'll know it's bad because I'll message you and I'll be going, I'll just take a picture of it. I was like, why are you laughing at this bit? What's wrong with you?
Dude, there was parts of this that made me think like, oh, this is some kind of sadistic comedy. But there's also some of the reactions that Michael Douglas' character has in like certain scenes.
Like what?
And I'm trying to remember like a specific example, but it's just like or the noises he makes when he's like running away. He's like, ah!
Like an old man.
And I can't picture Michael Douglas making those noises.
He actually had a problem in this film where I guess what's her name was supposed to be cast. Oh my god, I can't think of her name. What is it?
Oh no, I was going to say Christina.
He was supposed to have a sister in this film, famous actress Jodie Foster, if I'm not mistaken, was supposed to play his sister in the film. But Sean Penn had a problem with the David Fincher, and he basically was like, "I'm not old enough to be her dad. There's only an 18-year difference." So then they ended up putting in Sean Penn, who Sean Penn is one of the best actors to have ever existed. So I'm okay with that.
No, Sean, I'm not problematic, Penn.
What? You don't like him?
The guy has got... No, he's a great actor. The guy has got a fucking track list longer than the Grand National. He is fucking pissed everyone off in the industry that you can piss off.
Yeah, didn't he catch what's his name though? The drug
Madonna.
no, the drug guy.
No, he not Chagaro.
What's his name? Escobar? No.
Escobar. Yeah, no, Pablo.
El Chapo.
El
El
Chapo,
Chapo.
thank you.
He interviewed him, and it's like,
Yeah.
why the fuck is Sean Penn interviewing him?
He basically led to his arrest, if I'm not mistaken. Like Sean Penn actually played a pretty crucial role into the arrest of El Chapo.
Yeah, but it wasn't intentional.
Really?
It was, as far as I understand, he just went to interview him, and then
Here's my thing. I don't like with actors and whatever their fucking behavior is, or political views or attitude towards things like off the camera. I really could give a shit. I don't care. Sean Penn, like if he fucked, 1,000 donkeys, I would be like, okay, well, what? How is his performance in the movie?
Yeah.
is the film called 1,000 Donkeys?
No, that's a great film. Though.
It would be a very entertaining film. That's for sure. But I'm not even a fan of Sean Penn's acting, but I would never say he's a bad
Really?
No,
actor.
he's not bad. No, he's not. No, he's not.
No, I'd be a fucking fool for saying that.
Okay.
But I think he's a really good actor. It's just it's not really for me. It's not like
not your cup of tea.
It's not like somebody like what's his face, Ryan Gosling, who I think is not a good actor.
Except for in Blade Runner.
Oh,
yeah, but what kind of character is he playing? Like a stoic? I don't have to do much other than like fight kind of thing.
Better than him crying and confessing his love.
We are watching the Nice Guys at some point. I fucking love Ryan Gosling.
No, actually, I like him in that and Blade Runner, and that's it.
Yeah, the Nice Guys is a.
I like him in the
Nice
Crazy
Guys
Stupid Love with Steve Carell.
I actually
like
do really like that film as well. That's the one film where I actually think I'm like drawn to Steve Carell.
Yeah,
he's not trying to be this goofy, wacky,
You don't like Steve Carell?
Greg doesn't like a lot of people, though.
Don't you dare you.
What?
I don't know which one you're
I wasn't
pointing
gonna.
at.
I just said you don't like a lot of people, though.
Yeah, neither do you.
You
are not as warm and fuzzy as you appear.
No, but here's the thing, though. We've already gone over this in another podcast episode before. I have a list. You have a goddamn scroll that goes down to the floor and out the door.
Which Will Ferrell is on. That's crazy to me.
No, right. Why do you keep thinking, Will? I find him entertaining. I just do not think he is that funny. I find him entertaining. There's a big difference. Oh, he's so funny.
I don't accept that statement. I just don't.
Well, enjoy Saturday Night Live.
That's the first I've heard that, because I thought Greg hated him too.
Yeah.
No, fuck. I have said this on multiple podcasts.
Well, I can't say that. Never mind.
Yeah, if you can't, probably don't.
Yeah, don't do it.
If you can't say it, don't. No, I do find him entertaining, but I just don't find him funny. Like I don't think I've ever laughed at him.
You know who I did laugh at? I laughed at fucking Michael Douglas throughout this movie. I wish I had more specific things to go to tell you when I started laughing at him.
Did you not like the scene where the guy comes up and tries to rob him, and he's just like, "What does he say?"
That's when he's like, he's had enough. Yeah.
No, he says, "I'm very sensitive at the moment."
Yeah.
And then as he's opening the briefcase and he gets his gun out and he just puts it. He doesn't point it at him. He just puts it against his neck, and then the guy just fucks off.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know that there was a lot of this I saw falling down, like 5 years later or 6 years later, whichever one it was. I saw a bit of that, like where he's becoming unhinged. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, like losing it.
Because he is, but because he's got that paranoia, and everyone's like, all these, super serious, got their tie businessmen, and they just, are you okay? That whole thing, but he's he can't explain this to them in any sort of logical sense of like, here's a quick synopsis that will make you completely understand what the scenario is I'm going through and why I'm acting like this. And he's like, yes, yeah, I'll be fine. You don't have to worry. There's no way he can explain it to them that these guys will completely comprehend, even if they're in on it.
Yeah.
And
we saw that with his wife when he meets up with his ex-wife. And
Yeah.
I mean, to us on screen, it just looks like he's a paranoid schizophrenic. But what I don't understand is how all of these people, including like his ex-wife, are just such good actresses. Like they've been acting their entire life and they're supposedly in on this whole thing. Like unless they took acting classes for the past fucking year, like there's no way that someone isn't like, all right, this has gone too far. Like, yo, you're okay. Like, relax or anything like that. And then him holding the fucking gun at the zoo around multiple children. There's not a single person in there unless it's like a staged incident, which like I could believe they would do that. But like there's kids there and like that gun was not super concealed in that fucking zoo.
It was a bit concealed because there was a bit of like clothes there and he had it right up against him. But you lead into another.
I'll tell you what else wasn't fully concealed in that scene: the fucking tigers. Did you guys notice the cage there and like how close the guardrail was to the cage? And it's not like the glass cages that they have now. It was like bars. So that tiger could just like reach its fucking paw or whatever you call it.
Paw, yeah.
And just grab one of those kids. I was like, dude.
Or just swipe it and just like cut it open.
Yeah.
But here's my
California.
California.
Problem. Here we come. My biggest problem with the film. Can I give it away?
Okay.
So it was to steal $600 million. I bet it cost $600 million to set this whole charade up for everything at the hotel, which was set up and everything, like where he floods the toilet, the house. Like it must have cost such a gargantuan amount of money to have set this up. Yeah, at the end he goes, "I'll split it with you."
Yeah,
and his brother's like Sean Penn, his brother, Connie. He's a complete wastrel. So he's like, I woke up naked on a beach in Ibiza or Mallorca or wherever he says he was, and then he was like, I've got to come home and see my brother on his birthday, and he's like, obviously he's like a strung out, drug addict, former drug addict who's cleaned up, and this is it. This is the whole point of this film. It's his brother trying to give him some sort of not redemption, but some sort of escapism.
He's trying to cure him of being an asshole.
Well,
or being his father.
Living in his father's shadow, and the worst thing is like he's 48. I can't imagine myself in like 6-7 years time just being that. I just couldn't be that kind of guy.
I'll say this.
It's just
excuse me. Working. I don't want to get myself in trouble here. In my profession, I see a lot of very wealthy people on a day-to-day basis, and a lot of them aren't happy, which is something I noticed a lot in this film. Like you could have all the money in the world,
yeah,
but what's left to do when you can do anything you want? You can do anything you want. I mean, look at Diddy. Like, look at these sick fucks that have ungodly amounts of money and they just get roped up in the weirdest, craziest, horrific shit because they're bored. Like, it is just like, I don't know. I mean, look at us. Like, we're all working our day-to-day lives, right? And we're trying to get to a certain point, whether it be to provide for whoever. But I just feel like when people have more money than God, that's all they know what to do. So even when they get to that point, they're never really at the point that they want to be at. It's never enough money. Like greed, it's a fucking tale as old as time. I think Michael Douglas has a lot of other shit going on too. Like he doesn't have a family. The father suicide thing is a big thing that definitely fucked him up as a kid. But like that, I don't even know why I don't know why this resonated with me, but it's just like nothing is ever enough. And I like that this film kind of portrayed that. Like, he has everything. He has a housekeeper, the biggest house in the world, but he has nothing to fill that house, you know?
I think his turning point of the film, I think like one of the major turning points of the film, when they've like gone in his house and they've put all the paint up and all that nonsense. Like
Felt like a scene from the Batman.
Do you know, it felt like a scene from that really awful Robin Hood. The Robin Hood.
Oh, yes, with Kevin Costner. Yes.
No. The one where it was filmed in Toronto, where it was Robin Hood is with a Y and she's a black girl now. And apparently, have you not heard of this?
Mm-mm.
Oh, God. And it was one of them, like, they lived on the corner of Sherwood and Forest or something like that. It was. And
no.
I am not making.
No, just, no.
I think the guy whose name was Director X.
That's enough.
I'm not. I promise you, I'm not making this up.
No, I believe you. I just don't want to hear it anymore.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear of this nonsense.
Anyway, so what their deal was is they were like a hip hop group as well. So they were like going to commit crimes.
Sherwood and Forest, straight off the block. Oh, spare me.
They were like putting masks on and they were making rap videos and hip hop videos and putting them up on YouTube after they were like assaulting cops and shit like. Anyway, but they were all doing like this neon graffiti and it just sort of reminded me of that. But the turning point for him was when he goes into his house and he's
turning
not looking,
point for Michael Douglas.
Yeah. He goes to turn the light on and he like zaps himself and he realizes the house has been vandaled and he immediately runs out to his housekeeper and knocks on the door, checks she's safe, and then he tells her, the house has been burgled, lock the door. Yeah. And that's because
and then doesn't he just leave?
But no, he goes back into the house. But like previously, when she's saying like happy birthday to him, he's like good night. He's not thank you. It's just good night. It's just so transactional.
I thought that was beautiful.
But then when it's like shit gets real, he goes and checks on her, and there is that. Obviously, that's it. That the whole thing is about his character arc from Gordon Gekko. Essentially, that's who he is because he plays it very well. To having this, sort of transformation into realizing what a shit.
What is his job? Is he like the runner of like some
investment banker? He's an investment banker.
He's like a runner of like a hedge fund or something like that.
Investment banker,
which may be a hedge fund kind of thing. I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking when I hear investment banker. I think like hedge fund.
Yeah,
because you're basically like playing the stock.
According to AI, he's an investment banker, though.
Well, no, he says I'm an investment banker. He does say that in the film.
But he's definitely the boss of the boss. I think it was his father's company that he took over.
Mm-hmm. And I've seen
his father clowned himself.
And I've seen the guy who he tries to fire early in the film. I've seen him before in something else. The guy with the mustache. He tries to fire, but he can't open the briefcase. I've seen him in something else, and I can't remember what it is. I think we've actually seen it on here. And the other guy, the one who does all the tests on him, it's your boy from Independence Day.
Independence Day, yes.
Yeah, the whole time. Where he's saying,
I think he's in Carlito's Way also, but Independence Day is what everybody knows him from. Yeah, he plays that little Weasley Secretary of State.
Yeah, where they're saying there was no aliens, there was no Roswell landing. Mr. President, that's not entirely true. Like, just
that's
that guy.
Not entirely accurate.
Is that what it was? Entirely accurate.
Yeah.
Okay, beg your pardon. Yeah.
I remember that fucking dude. I love Independence Day. I don't care.
It's so cheesy, but it's such a fun film to watch.
It feels like Star Wars if it was
based on Earth. Yeah.
It's awesome.
You know who?
Did you guys ever see the sequel to that? Because if you haven't,
I heard it was terrible.
Don't. It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Quentin, you're getting it from your elders here. Don't watch it.
I've seen the original and I like the original. I don't.
Yes, stick with the original.
So like movies like that where they try to just make a sequel, like it worked for Top Gun, very well.
Oh, that is an exception. Top Gun was a massive exception.
Most movies, though, that doesn't typically go.
No, it
well
doesn't.
at all.
But I walked
the
out of
only
Top
ones
Gun.
I know where the fucking sequel is better than the original.
Yeah,
At least in my opinion.
Maverick
Terminator
was
2.
dude.
Terminator 2.
Also, one of the most
That's
underrated
a good one.
actors fucking ever, Miles Teller. You don't like him?
No, it's not that I don't like him. I just don't think he's,
Interesting.
I mean, he did good in that movie, but everything else I've seen him in is forgettable to me. But it's just, that's probably more a preference thing. I don't have anything against the guy.
Fair. Did you guys like Tommy Flanagan in this? In his little small role, I always love when he pops a cameo in. The guy with the scar from
from Gladiator and Braveheart. Yeah,
Gladiator, Braveheart, Sons of Anarchy.
He hadn't even turned around yet, and I think I mentioned in the reaction, I was like, "That's the guy from Gladiator, Braveheart, isn't it?" And then he turns and you see his face. I'm like, "Yep, I can see the scar from the back."
Yeah.
So yeah,
he's good. I also like
he's Scottish, I think, right?
Yes, I believe he is. At least in Sons of Anarchy.
Could be
Deborah.
Flanagan, I would say, sounds like more of an Irish. I might have just signed myself up to getting absolute ridicule there. I think it sounds like more of an Irish name.
Flanagan.
I got him right
actor.
Here.
Scottish.
Fair enough.
Well, he looks very Scottish now. The first picture of him today, he looks very Scottish now. He's a good-looking man. He's actually a good-looking older man. Look at this guy.
Are you bringing him up?
Shit. He actually got that scar from a knife attack that occurred outside of a nightclub in
Glasgow,
Scotland.
You know what? I've even got it up. You didn't have to say anything. You
I know. I appreciate it.
And I knew exactly where it was. It was in Glasgow.
Thank you for saving
Probably
me.
outside the Hydro or something.
There he is. Look at him. He looks like Gordon Ramsay with a beard.
Kind of does in that picture, yeah.
Yeah, that's that better looking.
He was so good in Sons of Anarchy, bro. So fucking good. His American accent is actually so good.
Well done to him. Well done to him.
Yeah, it looks like he's doing well.
What did you guys think about Christine or Deborah? I think is the actress's name. I thought she was really good in this.
I've seen her before, and I think it was Payback with Mel Gibson, ironically.
Interesting.
I thought she looked like Michelle Williams time traveled. So she was the one that was in Manchester by the Sea.
She's in Highlander 3.
She kind of does look like Michelle Williams.
Oh, she's in Silent Hill. That's probably where I've seen her.
Oh, I've seen Silent Hill.
Why has she stopped acting? Her newest movie was like 1999. Oh, no, 2003. Never mind.
Maybe she quit. Some people do that.
Yeah, oh yeah.
2015.
Check around 2000 or 1999 if there's a
1999, movie. The Hurricane. Payback, yep.
Payback,
Silent Hill.
Oh, she was in Hurricane. Yeah, she was. Wow.
Good old boy Denzel.
That's a pretty good movie. Huh?
Ooh.
I say get you, man. Calling that one out. But no, I just thought the whole time she does look not even like it's. I don't want to be like super disrespectful. Not even like a Timu Michelle Williams. She just looked like Michelle Williams, just a tiny little bit different the whole time.
I know, man. When she took off her top, I was like, "Please tell me Michael Douglas gets to tap that." She looked good in this, man.
Yeah, Well, she wasn't shy. Like she was saying, like I've got no underwear on, and then she's like taking the top off. It's like,
oh, that was funny. The modesty, because I was wondering if he was going to bring it up when she was like, "Yeah, I don't have any underwear on." And then when the dog's chasing him, he goes, "Yeah, when you're getting chased by a dog, what does your modesty go out the window?" Or whatever he said when they're climbing up the scaffolding. That shit, I was like, "Thank God he said that."
Well, yeah, it's like at that point, it's like, okay, someone sees whatever slang words you want to put in there. There's a million fucking British ones.
Like
if I say any of them.
What's the gross British one? That's my favorite.
Plunge.
No. There's something else.
Fanny.
Gross fanny. Oh. Yeah, you like that, right? You like that, right? In your fucking fanny, do you? You like that in your fanny?
Dude, that is. That's what mums say to their little girl. They'll call it their fanny. Like that is like the least offensive thing.
Yeah,
Call it
baby, you
fun.
like the taste of my fanny down there? You like that?
Dude, if you want to be offensive, call it an axe wound.
Ew.
A furry
What the fuck
one.
do you
a furry
watch,
axe
Craig?
Oh god, no!
Beaver
it's just
chopped in half. Do we? I hope we don't have any female audience.
Mate, I can tell you we don't.
I don't think we do. I don't think we have an audience. Period.
We have Joe.
Except for Joe.
Joe or
Joe's
John?
our,
Yeah, Joe.
Joe's our diehard. Shout out
Thank
to
you,
Joe.
Shout out, big
There you go,
shout out.
Joe. You are not a female. Congratulations, you are our audience. Oh Christ, what else is there to talk about in this? Just like how the levels that this company goes to. Like everyone's like an employee or an actor, and especially like I've just been throughout the whole film. But when he's got her and he's got the gun, and she's saying it's a real gun, and somehow they've got his gun and filled it full of blanks or whatever the fuck.
Oh,
it is.
I completely had forgotten the ending. Super quick. I just interrupted you like a jackass, but I actually thought that was like a real gun because of her acting, and I hadn't remembered the ending of this film.
So, excuse me. So did I.
You did too? Okay.
Fuck off, Ryan. Right.
No, I just I
yes.
love the excuse me. That part got me.
The excuse me.
No.
I'm not laughing
Excuse me.
at your struggles to get a breath. No, but the excuse me killed me.
I beg your pardon. I am sorry, audience.
Did everyone think that was a real gun there, like myself, or
Yeah.
no?
Yeah, I did, and
Okay.
But that's the thing.
I did not because I remembered that Sean Penn I remember the ending.
That
So-
sucks, bro.
I knew it was going somewhere, but I just didn't know where it was going. And the only thing I remember. Okay, let's go. Spoilers. We've already said it. He takes a swan dive. All I remembered literally was the swan dive and then him getting up. So when I went, I haven't seen that, and I went, oh yes, I've seen that. Literally, because I just remembered the ending when he fell through, and I was watching this. I was like, I haven't seen this. All I've seen is the ending. I just know that he jumps, he lands on a crash mat, and then everyone's there
Mm-hmm.
giving him the golf clap.
Oh, so you still may have thought, and it's funny that you mentioned that because even after he fell, I still was thinking, did he just shoot his brother? Like me and Christina, like Christina had woken up and she was like, wait, did he just shoot his brother? And like Christina's seen this more times than me, but like luckily have forgotten the film. Brian, you look super
that was a
excited.
I just thought of
Brian's
something,
dying to say
and
something.
it should be a major problem. So he shoots his brother. Well, allegedly, we think,
Oh.
and he jumps
He gets
off
down.
the thing, lands down there thing. And then they grab like, yeah, congratulations. And his brother with
His
teleportation skills
Yeah,
gets
no, the
from the
fastest
top of the
elevator in the
building to
world.
the bottom in like an instant.
No, there's
Walk
another-
right off.
Brian, there's another crash
I don't
mat,
think
and
so.
his brother swan dived and went, shit, I need to get my ass down there.
Yes, for
Because,
one
like,
of the other Swan dives.
He went like Jeff Hardy and just in 1998 he just swan dived that motherfucker. And he swan dived that motherfucker and went, yeah, brother, yeah, my brother, Nicholas, everybody, Nicholas Van Houten, Orton. Everyone starts going, and his ex-wife's there. His ex-wife, I bet his ex-wife is going, yeah, there you go, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
Pay me.
But literally, like everyone who was on that top floor to like be a part of that whole sequence
Oh, yeah,
ends up on the same floor as him after he just jumped off a fucking building.
They got a port key or they went to a fast travel fucking.
Oh, yeah,
They all swan dived off.
They got slip space ruptures from Halo.
Oh my god,
Fucking Christ!
that's actually funny.
They got the circles from Doctor Strange, whatever those things are.
Oh yeah,
Magical portals, the fingering portals.
Yeah.
Other thing, yeah. It's like Jesus Christ, your girlfriend's got bigger problems than this.
I always like whenever they take still pictures of Doctor Strange doing the circle because when you stop it, it's what is it? He's got
Well, like that,
fingers.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, dude, it's that, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like,
Shaka bra.
The thumb is the fun part.
is that what, do you like the thumb, Brian?
Brian does not.
Right. We're getting it. We're getting a little crazy now.
Definitely
That's
have
what
no
this
female
channel's all
audience.
about.
Yes, it is.
When you bring in Michael Douglas,
Dude, Michael Douglas was killing me. I can't believe how hard I laughed.
You really
at some
don't
of the
like him?
things. No. I like Michael Douglas. I do.
Is
but
he
like,
the best Michael Douglas?
Some of the shit he was doing in the movie, though, was just making me crack up.
I gotta watch your reaction because I want to know what parts so I can understand. Because most of the time we laugh at the same shit, but I don't remember laughing a lot in this
Really?
film. And I think a big part of that has to do to the eerie music that was gold. That kind of really set the tone for the movie. But I don't know, man. I'm gonna watch your reaction.
The thing that made me laugh the most, and it's not even that funny, but when he blows a tire, which I'm not even sure if that was supposed to be set up or not.
Definitely.
But then they're arguing who can change a tire, and it's like the most like I was going to say something very British there, but it's like changing a fuse in a plug. You just take the screw off because we have fuses in our plugs. It's just like the most basic, borderline. Can you exist in society on your own? Can someone leave you on your own and you can still function?
They grew up rich. If anyone would know how to do it, it would have had to have been Conrad because he had been on the streets. You know what I mean? Like he had been through some shit. But like, I don't know. That's like basic 101. I feel like even if you don't know how to change a tire, you figure it out instead of leaving your car in a sketchy downtown area.
It's physics. Lift it up, unloosen the screws
jacket.
while it's on the ground. Jacket, take it off, put it on, lower it, put the screws on, lower it down, tighten them up. There you go.
You're just trying to prove to us that you looked up how to change a tire, Craig?
Dude, I worked in a garage. I did work in a garage for quite a while. So yeah, I've changed many a tire.
Is that how people from the UK say garage?
No, it's how we say. No, it's how you say it properly.
I guess English. Yeah, you guys would know actually.
Garage. Yeah, it's like garage. Yeah. I'll give you aluminium.
I think I like garage more than garage. Garage feels weird.
Garage band. No, it's garage. It's just garage.
Garage sounds French.
Garage. You know, it probably is. Like how.
It actually probably is. You're right. Yeah.
Basil, rosemary, thyme. What would you call them?
Thyme, rosemary.
No, just in general. What are they as a classification?
What do you mean?
Well, I'd call them herbs.
Oh,
herbs.
Herbs, yeah, which is French. Those cheese-eating surrender monkeys that you don't like, you call them herbs, though, which is a French delineation. But British are equally as guilty as that. What are you doing now? That's not what you fucking twat. Anyway, yeah, shit. We kind of covered everything. Like this is maybe a.
Is there any other scene before we go on to our ratings and stuff? Though, is there any other scenes or anything that anybody feels compelled to talk about?
Oh, a part where I laughed. Where the one of the actors gets shot in the cafeteria. Dude, I died so hard.
Oh, did you?
Oh my God.
I don't think I was laughing, but I was calling bullshit because I was like, wait a minute, that's the first person we've seen actually get hit by a bullet.
And he flies, bro. It was like,
is that like part of the game or not? That's what I was thinking.
Well, I thought that part was fucking hysterical because they just shot one of their own like teammates. Like they were carelessly just shooting this shit into a crowd of people. And what the fuck were the bullets? I can't get over that.
How was this manifested? Like that house, like when he starts opening the drawers and opening the fridge and the drawers, that's fine. But it's like they've got fake book covers. It's like, what the fuck?
No, it makes sense. I mean, it seems like it would be cheaper though to just buy real books. Like I feel like the market, like for like going to a Goodwill store and getting some books would be cheaper than buying fake cut in half plastic books. You know what I mean?
I agree with that, yes.
They've got to be specifically manufactured for that purpose.
Yeah.
And also the
Oh, it was supposed to be fake, and that was all part of it. No, it was supposed to be for him to find out that it wasn't real. That was all part of their shebang. That's why she left the room for like quite a long time, and then he explored, and then yeah, that was all part of it. I think.
Yeah, well, they did. Well, they did the psych evaluation, which I'm pretty sure they probably did. Like, in terms of the plot line, that's what they probably did
to cover their asses.
So they know what sort of thing he would do and how he'd. Sorry, hit the mic. What sort of thing he would do, and that would be the way he would react.
Yeah.
But yeah, God, yeah, it was very convoluted. A lot of this hinged on chance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially with someone unhinged, you know, because he's becoming unhinged. And yeah, but the fact that they got everybody in on it, including his ex-wife. Can you imagine, like, being an right, especially an ex-wife? You know, obviously they seem to have a very level sort of relationship, you know, post-divorce. But just saying, by the way, this is what we're going to do to your husband. We're going to put him to breaking point where he's going to commit suicide. You in?
We're going to psychologically torture him.
I'm sure there's a lot of women who would go, absolutely, no, you don't have to pay me. Don't worry about it. I'll do it. I'm sure there's a lot of women like that. But it's like they seem to have a very steady and even-keeled relationship. She's not like ringing him, asking him for money. She's happy. She's moved on, but she still cares about him.
She seems sweet.
And it's like, yeah, it's and it also
a little too sweet. She kissed him
kisses it
in front of
her
fucking new husband.
I think her husband's a little too comfortable.
Yeah, I saw that and I went, whoa!
Yeah. Well, he's walked off when he's done that, but it's not like they waited and looked to see he's gone.
She's a whore.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking hell, dude.
Oh.
I'll go on a stretch. I'm gonna guess she's not. I'm gonna guess that it's just a very comfortable relationship they have, and he's very supportive.
Very comfortable. Sorry, if my wife ever kisses one of her exes right behind my back as I turn around, I don't care the situation. I'm not okay with that. Like, no. There's no world where that's okay.
No.
Unless they're Italian or something, and that's just how they greet each other or say goodbye. That I'd be like,
Is she Italian?
Who?
I doubt it, but
probably
who knows?
Brian, what do you got for this? Unless Craig, you're still.
I think that was Craig getting angry at because in the United States we say like, oh, I'm Italian or Irish or
oh no, oh Jesus Christ, no. Oh. I mean, I can go off on that
because it looks like you were angry. And I've heard Brits be angry at that kind of shit before. I remember I had somebody ask me one time, like, "Well, you say you're Italian and Irish or German or Spanish or whatever the fuck. Why don't you ever say like I'm English?" And I'm like, maybe it had something to do with the year 1776. And
that'll win him over. That'll win him over. What you just announced your English heritage?
No, a lot of but after we broke apart.
Yeah,
do you think it was a popular thing to say like, yeah, I have English ancestry? Like, no, it definitely was not.
It's weird you say that because all the things you never hear anyone say, I'm English. You never hear them say, I'm Welsh or English.
Well, Welsh, I don't know. You hear a lot of Irish for sure.
Irish always.
Well, but there was a lot of Irish, like immigration, like after the potato blight.
I'm a result of it.
Yeah.
You look Irish. You look Irish, and
no, he's ginger, mate. He's ginger.
I'm like Irish Italian, and there's still a smidge of English left in me. So
yeah,
it's not. Bold. It hasn't.
Is his name
to Craig's relief, it hasn't been fully driven out yet. So
fair.
There you go.
I'm actually curious to see.
You can just say, look at his beard, ginger beard. There you go. Of course, he's Irish.
Yeah. What? There's a trend going around that's saying gingers are all black people right now, and I don't understand it.
What?
There's this trend that I'm seeing all over TikTok that's saying all gingers are black.
What is
Brian,
that?
Brian,
What
you might
does that
have to
even
take
mean? What
You
does
might-
that mean?
Brian, you might want to take a timestamp.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, I
Okay,
can
here
tell
we
you
go.
what. From a British
Oh,
standpoint,
no.
I can tell you
New
what.
viral TikTok trend is sparking emotional
I know it's a popular thing
conversations.
for Brits to like make fun of gingers, though.
Gingers, yeah, like the unwanted stepchild. Yeah, that's basically.
I actually watched the first time. It's probably not going to drop till next month, though. But I did a reaction to Reginald D. Hunter.
Yeah.
And he mentioned
He's
it,
awesome.
and he thought it was hilarious. Like he wasn't even making a joke. He was just like, "It's hilarious." Like they think ginger is a race.
Yeah. Was that enough? I got news for you.
No, it was on. He was doing a stand-up routine. It was on.
Oh,
it
was
was
it?
live at the Apollo.
Not live at the Apollo. Okay, yeah.
I didn't realize what the trend was about. I apologize to anyone. I just thought it was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what you were talking about, but that's it.
I wrote it down in the chat. I guess it was like it's a trend that's going around based on the discrimination against
it
gingers
is. Yeah.
and black people.
Yes.
So that's
Yeah.
I guess what that
Okay.
is about.
Yeah, it's yes. It basically, they're second-class citizens. Yeah, it's
So
just like,
does
oh,
anyone know
right.
how gingers get their souls back? Like, how does that work?
dye their hair.
Okay.
Shave their pubes.
I don't know what
know.
this. I don't know what this podcast is anymore.
Man, I don't know what it was to begin with. No, it's just a running joke, which is bullshit. The amount of fucking guys who like girls with red hair, Christ.
Yeah, I've dated a redhead before.
Yeah, so have I. Naturally redhead. I never saw it, but she was.
Wait,
But
so
yeah,
does that
Christ.
mean that she
Dyed
dyed her hair everywhere?
She dyed her hair.
Okay.
So
Hey, okay.
I just got out the past 15 minutes of this podcast.
this is the most off-hinged, and I haven't fucking.
We're all ADD as fuck.
I don't even think I'm like gonna cut any of.
I think it's all safe.
None of it was like super. None of it was like super offensive. I don't think.
And you can't be racist against gingers. I don't think.
No.
Well, that's what I've been told. As somebody punched me in the face.
Watch
Tim
Minchin.
That was the joke.
Ginger.
Okay.
Watch
Yes.
Tim Minchin Ginger. That is one of the funniest 10 minutes I've ever seen. Fuck. Right. Okay. I think this could be a short one. Shall we get into the range, gentlemen? Because we have kind of covered.
Sure.
Like,
let's do Quentin first, since it's his pick. Because
it is his pick. Come on, let's see what you stand at.
I got a lot of the Muppet Reader is going to be crazy.
Is it
But
Meltzer?
I don't know. As a movie, like my thorough enjoyment of this film, I think I'm going to give it. I don't know, man. There's just so many problems. I'm like in between 6 and 7 because I really did enjoy this film and I like that it was new and fresh, at least. Like, I don't know. It was so different from anything we've seen in a long time that felt fresh.
Just want to say one thing. I think if this movie came out today, it would
go crazy.
It would probably be very much talked about, and people would come out and see it in droves.
100%.
My opinion. I could be wrong about that, but
I agree
just
with
because
you there.
there's no movie like this out today.
Yeah.
People would be like, "Whoa, what's this?"
This would be an A24 movie, I think.
It would be an A24 film for sure. I'll give this movie a 6.5. We're gonna hit in the half meters because I did enjoy. I think Michael Douglas was honestly fantastic in this. I have no problem with his performance in this whatsoever. I think the entire cast list actually did a great job. I mean, it's kind of funny too because as we go into this film, there's actors that are actors in the film. Like most of the characters that we come across throughout the course of this film are actually actors, and they do a good job of just playing normal civilians. So it's kind of like they had a dual role in a sense. Which I thought was kind of cool to see. I enjoyed this movie. I think Brian was right on the money when he said the first hour or so is like this movie's strongest point, kind of building up to it. I think at a certain point, this movie kind of goes a little chaotic. between the guns and the fast moving shit that happens, and you're just kind of stuck in this weird place of like, all right, I'm trying to catch up in my brain. What the fuck am I looking at? What's happening? I thought it was still enjoyable though, like I said. So I'll go ahead and I'll give it a 6.5 for the rating. And then for the fuck it. Yes. Yeah, 6.5. I'm happy with that. And for the Muppet Reader, I'll go ahead and give it like a 9 because there's some shit in here that goes completely unanswered. That is just too funny to not talk about. And the biggest thing, like Brian and Craig, I think both said, was that end jumping off the building scene. Like, unless they had shit set up, or like, what if he jumped off 2 feet to the right where there wasn't glass? He would have just hit the fucking roof and like shattered and just, yeah. So I don't know, unless that's all part of the psychological shit that they tested him on. They were like, he's left-handed, he's going to jump on the left side. The way that his brain works, he's going to jump exactly at the spot. Like, you're taking a big leap of faith that they calculated everything to the T. Like, it doesn't add up. So 6.5 Muppet rating, 9 final answer.
Brian, you go ahead, mate.
Well, before I get into the rating, I just want to mention 2 things because they just popped in my head that the part that I really where I was like, whoa, I didn't realize this movie was going to be that fucking creepy. And remember when he's doing something in his office and then the news presenter starts talking to him on the TV.
Jowls.
That was creepy. And I was like,
with the clown.
I didn't think this was going to be like a science fiction-y like type thing going on here. So like that really put me on it. And another thing that I actually liked was the very, very end with Michael Douglas and the girl, Christine, whatever.
Oh yeah, when
Claire.
He goes to London.
Her name's Claire.
Yeah, and but they leave it on
no,
that.
Her name's Christine.
No, she says when she's getting in the car. She's and she's like, I'm from Montana or no, Oklahoma or whatever.
Yeah.
But that ending where because he pretty much asked her out on a date. She's like, "Oh, I can't right now, but I'm going to the airport. Do you want to get something at the airport?" And then he's like, you can see he doesn't know if he's going to go through with it or not, and it's like kind of pushing that thing like, hey, this is going to be a game too, and then it just fucking fades out. It was kind of similar to the ending to me in Inception when you think the dream's over and then you see the dreidel spinning and it cuts off before it stops, so you don't know if he's still dreaming.
Fuck that
or not.
ending. I hate it.
I love that ending.
I hate it.
Great.
I like
it's
knowing.
Amazing. But anyway, I'm going to give this a 6. I'm not going to lie. That first hour, I was very intrigued, and I was like, I can't wait to see where this is going. But then once it went where it was going, it fell kind of flat. And it's not like it fell flat on its ass. It just fell flat. It didn't really give you that excitement that you thought it was going to, at least in my opinion. Other people, some people who like this movie might find it the second part as exciting as the first. I did not, but that first, the build-up of that first hour was, I thought, done very, very well. And of course, David Fincher is a very good filmmaker. He knows how to make film look good, that's for sure. And whatever he's working with in a storyline, he can really build the suspense and make it seem more interesting than it may ought to be. I don't know, but I really like David Fincher's style. So San Francisco was an interesting back to San Francisco in the 90s before it turned into a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
So it looked a little nicer back then, but I'm giving it a 6. I thought it was a good attempt at something, and I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Like when it tries to something different, but oh god, it tries something. It tries something. Oh, that's a good one.
I like that,
Mr. Gordon
like
Gecko.
that,
That's a good one. That's actually very Very catchy there. But anyway, I can't remember what I was talking about now. But anyway, I liked it, but I thought the second half fell flat, and that's what brings the rating down for me. But I'll give it a 6. Muppet rating was. Did you give it a Muppet rating, Quentin?
I gave it a 9.
You
Yeah,
did 9.
9. I wasn't gonna go that high. I probably went.
the guns, the car, the
bullets.
dog, the fucking the whatchamacallit gives it a 7 alone, bro. The jump at the end.
Quentin, this was your.
Yeah, I was gonna give it a 7, but you just talked me
because I
into an
pick
8.
it doesn't mean that I love the movie.
Yeah, that's me too. That's what. Yeah,
Yeah.
I sometimes pick films where I
Like
go,
that
I'm
really
not sure I'm
shitty
gonna like
Alex
this anymore.
Cross movie. Along came a Morgan Freeman.
And you know what? I actually I would, because I rated this the same as that one. I probably couldn't decide which one I like more.
That's so.
And I'd probably go with the Alex Cross movie. Honestly,
That's because of Michael
anyway.
Wincott, though.
Yeah, Michael Wincott
And Morgan Freeman.
Yeah,
and Morgan Freeman.
Even though it's the blandest role he's ever. Anyway, all right, go ahead, Craig. What do you got?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you're still going.
No, I'm done.
Okay.
I said 8. So
8.
For the Muppet.
8 is the Muppet rating. 6 is the film rating. Yeah, go ahead, Craig.
I will go exactly with Quintano, 6.5 and a 9. That seems fair because I did enjoy this. I'm not going to pretend I didn't enjoy this movie, but there was just some stretches of the imagination where
we need a movie where we start disagreeing on shit.
I know.
There's so much more fun.
Wait till next week. Wait till next week.
I know. We're all gonna love it. That's gonna be the worst part about it.
If you don't, well, I've got a feeling that both of you are gonna hate it, like just out of spite.
Well, I'll definitely hate it if it sucks.
Yeah.
No, I think you're just gonna hate it because you just want to hate it. But anyway, that's next week. This one, I did enjoy it. It was so fun. I mean, the fact that we didn't even realize they were in Mexico until he asked for a lift to San Francisco with $18.37, and then he ends up in a Baskin Robbins fucking ice cream truck,
getting creamed on.
I find that amazing. You didn't know he was in Mexico. I thought that was very
because
clear.
all the writing it looked Sanskrit and Arabic. Like,
well, he got back on him. Oh, how did the bus make it through border control? Like, I know, like how the guy said, I know, like for that watch, I can get you across, but like he rode a bus.
He was under the rocky roads. That's where he did. No, I have no idea. I don't know what border control is. I mean, I know what it's like now. Like the whole world knows what it's like now, but I don't know what it's like then in 1997. But yeah, just like waking up, like honestly, when he wakes up in that casket, I thought it was like, has he been buried alive? And then he just wakes up
like
and he's
Kill Bill.
Yeah, like no, he's just in a mausoleum, and he just breaks out and he gets out, and then there's something burning in the middle of a bloody cemetery. It's like, what? Where are you?
He's in hell.
Hell. But yeah, no, there was a hell of a lot of Muppetry. The fact that he just people like that exist as well. You know, this woman that's been with him because he's asking about his dad. So this woman has been in employment, like his housekeeper for decades.
Like Alfred.
He's celebrating his 48th birthday, so she's been with him for like 40 years because he must have been like at least 8 when his dad's swan dived off the roof. So 40 years worth of service, and she goes, "Happy birthday, good night." It's like that is just like, to me, that's just that might be a bit more normal to you. She doesn't look the sort. Might be a bit more normal to Brian. Bring yourself back on camera. We need to see your face. It's important that you are the golden goose of this podcast.
She's the female Alfred.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
But he's got absolutely no regard
that
for
was
it.
Actually, a very nice compliment. Thank you, Craig.
Well, you are. They're not here for me.
Joe's here for all of us.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Joe.
That's what matters.
Thank you, Joe.
Joe's here to
Shout
tell
out
me to
to
stop
Joe.
my shaky fucking cam, and I appreciate you because I've tried to simmer it down for you, Joe.
There's a hell of a lot of like how convenient everything happened the way it happened. There's a lot of that, but to give the story, to get from A to B, start the story to the end of the story, I would recommend it. I'd say, like, don't temper your expectations. You're not watching a masterpiece here, but you're not going to regret, spending
It's
a couple of
still a
hours
David
watching this film.
Fincher film. Like,
Yeah, it is. I'll tell you what, the amount of money they must have spent on setting everything up, like all the sets that they made, because none of it looked cheap. And even the like when he's in Mexico and you see all because they do they pan out and you've got all the wide shots, you can see everything the way it looks. But yeah, there's so much Muppetism in this, and it's all it's to serve the story.
That's true.
Yes, true. Mucho. It is true, but I don't know about you two. I would recommend it.
I definitely recommend it. Just
not.
I'll tell you what. I'd recommend it, but just once.
Yeah.
This is the kind of movie where you can watch
a cool experience.
Once. You can't watch this over and over again.
No,
it's
once you know the ending,
I could be wrong about that, but in my opinion, this is not once you've seen this movie, if you watch the second or third time, since you know the ending, it's kind of pointless.
Yeah, that was the weird thing. So for me and Brian, I think it was how are we getting to where we know this? We know how it ends. How are we getting there? And that it became that, because if I hadn't known that, I'd be going, right, okay, who's in on it, who isn't? I'd be my brain would be trying to figure that out. But because I know the ending, the swan dive, it was more how are we getting there. But if you haven't seen it and you've forgotten everything that we've just said over the last hour and a quarter, and you don't know how it ends, then watch it. You might.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
We just spoiled the entire movie, and then we're like, if watch it once.
Short-term memory loss, you might enjoy this film. Give it a week, and you'll enjoy this film.
Yes, so 10-second Tom, but 1 hour and 17-minute Tom.
Yeah.
Rewatched this.
If you are drunk and watching this film, watch it. You will have forgotten everything, and
yes.
Yeah.
This film actually might be better watched drunk too. I mean that. Not in a bad way towards the film. It just seems like a fun film to watch drunk. But we have something kind of cool on this channel that will be happening next week. Craig has a pick of a style of movie that we have never done on this channel. So
I don't think you two have ever done it at all.
No, I have. I like certain ones.
Which ones do you like? Just any to throw out?
So anime. He's picking an anime film. I love Death Note. I like the first couple seasons of Attack on Titan. I love Death Note. I like Blue Exorcist.
I've watched Attack on Titan. I watched all of it.
The one with Christian Bale, the Studio Ghibli film.
Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah, an XX.
I love Studio Ghibli. I am a massive unadulterated Studio Ghibli fan. And I don't get. I was in my 30s when I discovered them.
Yeah, it's those movies are timeless. You can really watch those at any point in your life and get something out of them.
Honestly, Totoro is I've probably watched Totoro more than anything else, and it's the biggest kids film. But you just put it on in any mood, just have it on the background, and it's so harmless and just joyful. But we're not watching a Studio Ghibli film, so next week pick. These two unsuspecting Muppets.
What's so funny?
Because you two do not want to watch it. You don't want
the past couple of weeks.
The amount of shit you two, you Brian, especially you. The amount of shit.
What is it? Me? It's mostly this.
No, it's you. No, it's
right
you.
Here.
Oh, because we're watching a fucking anime film. We are gonna watch.
Dude, Quentin's been way worse than me. Trust me.
Not to me, he hasn't.
What are we gonna watch, Craig?
We are gonna watch 2016's Makoto Shinkai's Your Name, which has got an 8.4 on IMDb. It is 98 critic score on Rotten Tomatoes and 95 audience score. So if you two want to shit on this film, you're on the wrong side of history, my friends.
Oh, dude, don't give me a challenge because the shit that most
I will
people
give you a
like, I
challenge.
don't.
All right,
So,
bitch. The challenge isn't going against them. You're going against me. This is my favorite animated movie ever. I fucking adore this film. And I
Wait, more than Paddington?
That is not an animated film. That is a real life film with a bear in it. An animated bear.
With the real life magical bear?
No.
it's a live action movie.
It's a live action movie with an animated bear in it.
I see.
But no, I'm not like, I don't know why you think I'm determined to like hate this movie.
You've been shitting on me for the last month since I told you I was going to.
We were pretty bad the first night together, Brian. We were pretty bad.
Whatever we just take the piss out of you in the chat. Like, I swear, 3/4 of that shitting on the anime stuff is Captain Quintano. It is not me. I don't know why you have it in your head that it's mostly me.
If a certain something doesn't happen in this film, I'm going to be really disappointed.
What's that thing?
Based off the premise, I don't want to like spoil anything. I just remember you telling us that like they swap bodies or whatever. In that situation, if they don't do something to themselves, this movie is fake.
I don't think.
Oh my god, you went there.
Yes,
you won't be too disappointed. You might be.
Dude, come on, spoilers.
All right.
Come on.
It's not a plot device. It's not a plot device.
It's just their devices.
No, it's not. There's no devices involved.
All right. Anyway,
so Your Name. It's one of the most. I think it was like the second highest rated. Biggest Japanese film, like domestic Japanese film since since Spirited Away, which was a Studio Ghibli film.
Studio Ghibli.
2000. What the? Put those down. Which came out in 2001, which was a massive hit. I think the only other two films that outshone it was Frozen and Titanic. Other than that one, but it is a massive hit. It's well renowned, and if you can, you two, when you are watching this, I would strongly.
We need to give Joe like somehow a way to read their shit.
Oh no, I'm actually I'm just catching up. You've said some interesting things there as well. Just for anyone who is actually still watching this, God bless you. Don't know why. We do have a chat on the side of our screens, and while I was talking, these two decided to entertain themselves.
Bro, I don't know what you're talking about. I just randomly burst into laughter. Sometimes it's a condition, like the Joker.
Right after I watched this anime movie, anyway, so we're gonna watch Your Name next week. So I can't wait to see what these two dickheads think of it.
Me neither. I can't wait.
It's just fun because this dude, if anything, this movie is winding you up more than anything. Because you were like, I am going to defend the fuck out of this, and it just makes it so easy to feel like
you challenged us.
Make fun of that.
No, because
it really does.
At the end of it, when I say, "What's your score?" and if you're being honest, you just have to eat shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, but like, here's the thing, like. I'm not going into this being like, oh, I hope it's bad. Not at all.
Neither am I.
I'm very curious because I'm not an anime person, and so much so that I think the last time I've even watched an anime movie was probably one of those throwaway like Dragon Ball Z anime movies or something.
Yeah.
So it's been a like to see like a legit
those aren't
one
throwaway
that's
movies,
like,
you fucking bastard.
That's critically acclaimed and stuff. I'm very interested in seeing what it has to offer.
This film won a ton of awards, and I'll just say this off the get-go. I can't think of a more gorgeous animated movie I've ever seen. I don't know what they must utilize some computer imagery, but I know most of it is cell animation, and it is fucking stunning. And the soundtrack, we'll get into all that bollocks next week. But oh my god, I've got it. Put it this way, I've got it on my phone. They sing it in English and Japanese, and I've got both versions on my phone.
What do you recommend?
Probably the English initially, because they sing it. It's the same band. It's a Japanese.
No, not the music. Band. I'm talking about like the acting. Like, do you recommend watching it in Japanese or dubbed?
Dubbed, just so you can watch everything, so you're not paying attention to the. I will say dubbed, and the dubbed one, it because of the Japanese translation, it's ever so slightly different to what is exactly being said, because the words don't exact. Quentin, are you laughing at something?
No.
Brian.
I needed. This needs to end. I'm having too much.
I work with fucking children, right?
Once this review is done, once the anime thing is done, you'll be free, unless it's so fucking bad, and then I'll just continue.
Get it. There's one critical bit, and there is, like, in all genuine seriousness, there's one critical bit, like 2/3 into the film, where you need to have the subtitles on. So we'll get that sorted. But yes,
no spoilers.
No,
he was just saying there's one part where you need to have subtitles on.
Yeah, you need to.
You all right, Craig?
No, Brian said hold on.
No, he said okay.
No, I said okay.
Oh, I thought you said hold on. I
was
like,
screen froze.
I thought you were going to type. I thought you were typing something or something. Yeah, sorry.
See his face? He was like, da.
Yeah, because I thought you said hold on, so I held on. You know.
No.
Because I'm told. Yeah. Well. So yeah. Dubbed. Well. Because yeah, you need to see that. It's a crucial plot point. But nothing is said. It's something that's read. You see something that's written in kanji, and then it comes up in the subtitles as
what the fuck is kanji?
Kanji. It's the Japanese writing system, like the character. All the characters.
Oh.
So they don't use alphabet. They don't use like the.
I didn't know that's what the writing system was called.
Yeah, there's kanji, katakana, and hiragana.
I think I've heard of the hentai. That's like a
no hentai. Right? No, hentai means pervert. That's all that means. It doesn't mean.
I thought it was like anime porn.
No, literally the word hentai is Japanese for pervert. That's what it means.
That's kind of gross.
Yeah, it is gross. So, but all the pervert stuff is like women with octopuses and all that. Whatever. I don't even want.
Craig's like, yeah, I've never seen that. I don't even know. Just maybe an octopus.
No, dude.
Maybe Patrick Star goes up your asshole. Who knows?
Starfish. No. What are you saying?
No, you fucking.
Quentin, are you saying starfish meets starfish? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
The boy meets girl.
It's butthole in butthole.
No, it's starfish and starfish. On that beautiful note about this film that we're going to watch next week, I think we should all get out of here. No, there is no starfish involved, King Boomer, you dirty bastard.
Thank you for clarifying that. Because that would haunt me for the rest of my life. But yeah, that's our review for the game. 1997.
Would recommend one time. Don't watch it though if you've seen this review, because you'll know what happens. So
yeah, I mean, all of our reviews are spoilers laden. Yeah. So
well, it's a review. It's a review. That's what we do.
Yeah, but that was the game from 1997. I can't wait to watch more stuff that we disagree on, because those are the ones that are much more fun to do.
Agreed.
This is what we have to do. We have to mess with each other in a chat, because We're
We
trying
have
to
to
create
entertain ourselves.
disagreements.
Yeah.
It's much more fun when it's like actually real and we're like, wait a
Mortal
minute.
Kombat 2 comes out soon, so yeah.
Yeah, I
How
don't
about
even
the-
want to see that though. I walked out of the fucking last one with you. Remember? We were like,
Yeah, but that's why we need to see it.
this is lame.
I like the last one.
There we go.
They've
See?
They've got Hiroyuki Sanada. He's the one who plays Scorpion at the start.
That's because
He's great.
That's
dude.
because
He's
Craig
fucking awesome.
Craig likes Mortal Kombat. Like Mortal
Yes, I
Kombat
do.
is cool, but like Craig is like a super fan of that shit. That's
I'm
why
not
he
a
likes
super
both
fan.
of those movies.
I'm not a super. No, I like the. I
How
like
can
the
you
first.
like both of those movies? If you like the '90s one so much, which like that, fine, like that the '90s movie, like even though
The
I think
90s
it's a
one
bad
is-
movie, hold
is
on,
terrible.
even though
It's
I
got
think
no
it's a
right-
bad movie, I think it's very entertaining.
It's got
The
no
second
right to
one
be as fun.
is terrible movie and it's not entertaining.
No,
Some
no,
might even say
Mortal Kombat
that it makes you
Annihilation is
cartwheel. It's
dog
that
shit.
entertaining.
Mortal Kombat Annihilation is a sack of dog shit.
No, I'm not talking about Annihilation. I'm talking about the reboot.
the most recent one.
Yeah, the
I
reboot
enjoyed
is terrible
Oh,
and
God,
not
Kano
entertaining
is-
at all.
Kano is the Aussie guy playing Kano. He's funny as fuck. I thoroughly enjoyed him. But
Funny can
no,
be taken different ways. I can agree with you there.
there's a lot of things that can be taken different ways, mate.
We lasted what, like 45 minutes, an hour. And then
45.
we,
The
like,
first 10 minutes, me and Brian, I think we're looking at each other like, this could be fucking
the
good.
opening
And then-
scene is incredible,
It was
and then
so
it just
cool.
takes
Yeah.
a massive nosedive from that
Yes.
point on.
Yeah.
So you can't
Yeah,
just
at
like
least
one
not
good
a-
scene.
At least they made Raiden Asian in the new film instead of whatever the fuck his name was.
I'd rather have Christopher
Christopher
Lambert
Lambert.
back.
Nope, I'm good on that.
At least Christopher Lambert actually gave a shit, and that he tried. And you can tell he tried. I think everyone tried in that film.
What did he try? No one tried in that film. You can't. And even if like you think someone is trying in that film, it still is the worst shit you've ever seen in your fucking life. Because the dialogue that they're given is like disgustingly horrible.
I know
will
what
beat
Craig
you in
means by
this-
that.
I will
Like
beat you
everybody's
in
like
this
trying to
battle.
make a good movie. Unfortunately, the person that wasn't or trying to do that or was and just doesn't know what the hell he's doing was the guy who
Wes
directed
Anderson.
it. Yeah, it's
No,
it's,
Paul.
it's
No, Paul
terrible.
W.
It's a
Paul
terrible
W.
movie.
Anderson.
It's very entertaining though. It's you know, I appreciated that one in the sense that like taking it a little bit seriously, like the fights, because they don't just like put filler in between the fights. It's one fight to the next one to the next one to the next one, and
Clayton's just upset
probably
that he
because they
broke the
cut
table
out a
over it.
lot of stuff where they were like, "Wow, we need to cut some of this terrible dialogue and shorten this movie." I don't know. That's just a speculation.
I'm
Clayton's
just going to
just
start going
upset he
back to
broke a
vampire
table.
movies. That way you guys can disagree with me and I can defend them. I'm going back to vampires. We're doing Sinners next for my pick, you fucks.
Okay. Well,
Well,
spoilers.
that one's got to come out on streaming
Craig.
services first.
Yeah, I think, yeah, we got it, I think.
Yeah. Anyway, let's
Well,
wrap
anyway.
this up.
Yeah.
The game 1997. That's our review, and we will be back next week with the feature Your Name, which is an anime film, and we'll see how that goes.
Yes.
So, much love. We'll see you next time, and
Love you
have a
guys.
great weekend. Peace out.
Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you Monday.
Bye, Joe.